Welcome in everybody to Ahead of the Spread. Here we take a look at the next day's games, see what key line movements we have. We also look at the injury report, etc., and just see what ways we can take advantage and get in overnight on some of these games. I'm Hakeem or Skee Prophet, and usually we do this show with my guy Ronald Cabang. He is out for today, so I'll be rocking solo dolo. If you guys are watching on Facebook or X, we're also live on YouTube. I can see all your comments though. So you guys come in the chat. I'll be looking out for you guys, and we'll see if we can make some money on these games. And I'll let you know off bat. I do have one play I'm absolutely giving, and the rest we'll talk out and see what we can find. Um, Shout out to the chat. Casey says we back tonight. We did have a night off yesterday. I appreciate you guys in the chat tuning in. Zaza Land, B Man, B Daddy, a lot of the usual suspects. And then Coach Jim in here. Let's see what he says. Ski, good call on Thunder Golden State Warriors over 223 and a half. Got his money back from the Suns. Well, I'll say this. Yesterday, or I'm sorry, today rather, another profitable day. I went 2-1 overall. Houston first half, the Cougars, college basketball was a winner. And in the NBA, Spurs under 221 and a half, didn't quite make it versus the Clippers, but we did get there with the Warriors over 223 and a half. So it was a slightly profitable day, and we'll try to keep that going. Things have been hot, man. Things have been hot. So couple things I have to shout out. I want to shout out before we get started. You guys will see me using an odd screen on throughout the show. It is odds logic. It just and I'll pull it up here now. Let's get that up here now. It is, and I'll do better. I'll get better at doing this, you guys. But pretty much, and I don't have it. So let's see. There we go. This should be good. Hopefully this works. And it does. So pretty much, you can put the order of the books, whatever order you want. You get all the line movements right when they're happening, money count, whatever you are interested in, and you can also set it up here where you get the injury alerts as they come along, etc., etc. So there's a link if you guys would like to check it out in the description to this video. All right, let's get to it. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. I think we got that going. So yeah, let's get to it. We'll go in rotation order. Game number one, we will take a look at the Lakers and the Wizards. This game opened up Lakers minus 5.5, and now looks like 7 or 7.5. Total open 226.5, and it's down as low as 224. As far as injuries are concerned, for the Lakers, I mean, it could be a lot of guys out here. One thing we know for sure is Anthony Davis got hurt last game. They're going to reevaluate him in a week, so do not expect him to be out there. Gabe Vincent, LeBron James, Dorian Finney-Smith, Rui Hachimura, all game time decision. The only one who is probable as of right now is Rui. For the Wizards, you have Bagley out, Sadiq Bey out, Brogdon out, and Sar out. I guess I should. I guess I should pull this up too, just so we can all look at it together, right? So, my bad, you guys. Let's see how it'll rock. We'll do like this. So yeah, you guys can see this. Lakers and Wizards. So for the Lakers, it is their third game in 4 nights, also fourth and sixth, but they have the rest advantage for this game. And for them, it should be a bounce back spot coming off of that loss to the Sixers. Really, really ugly game. They started off strong, just like they did in the Charlotte game, and put Bronny in the game. Also was a terrible, just situational spot for them. And once AD was gone too, it was over for the Lakers. For the Wizards, fourth game in 6 nights. They did just play tonight versus Toronto. Score isn't updated, but they lost. Was in blowout fashion. They lost. Why don't I see here? They lost 106-82. So just how the Wizards have been. What I'll say for this one is it's a couple different ways I feel. Number one, I personally cannot trust the Lakers laying points without Anthony Davis. I mean, it's already a question mark to have him with Anthony Davis, but The defense has already been suffering, and just from years of watching this team, when he goes out, the defense almost becomes non-existent. I know they have Vando and Dorian Finney-Smith now, guys, that try to play a little bit of defense, but AD, he's the key for this Lakers team. If they don't have him, I just don't trust anything for that. And if I can't trust you to get stops, how can I expect you to win by margin? Now I say that, and this is a Wizards team who also doesn't play defense, a Wizards team who, when they do lose, it's usually by double digits. You can take a look here. All their losses, they're blowouts, and they did get blown out by the Lakers. But again, that was with Anthony Davis. So I would say like this: if you like the Wizards, I don't think you take points. I think you take money line because of what I said. And if you like the Lakers, I wouldn't be scared of the number. I mean, I think if you like the Lakers, if you think they'll win the game, they should win by double digits. That's how I view this one. So I don't think I'll be getting there right now, but that's how I'm thinking about it. And yeah, Casey says, are we going to get Bronny minutes? If we do, I mean, it could look a lot like that last game. So they've been getting a lot of slack for it, rightfully so. So maybe we don't. B Daddy says Vanderbilt still out. I don't see Vando on the injury report. I think Vando should be in. All right. Let's keep it going. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Let me move it over. It's a lot to do when you share your screen and do this alone. But let's get back over there. So next game, we are going to boom, there it is. Atlanta and Cleveland. And this one opened up Cavs minus 9.5. Looks like 10 pretty much across the board. Total open 239.5, and it's coming down right now. I see it as low as 237 at one of those shops. Injury report, you have, man, it sucks for Atlanta. They have Jalen Johnson now out for the season with that torn labrum. They'll also be without Bogdanovich, Capella, and Cody Zeller. Looks like they're all out for this game. Trae Young is listed as probable for the Cavaliers. Karis LeVert, game time. Okoro is doubtful. There will be no Darius Garland, Merrill, Travers, or Dean Wade. They're all listed as out for right now. Um, if you saw that last game for Atlanta, I mean, just thinking about it, really, it's going to be tough for this Atlanta team to score the ball. Without Jalen Johnson, like whenever Trae Young is off the floor, it just seemed like you can't trust that offense. So it's going to be a team that in the near future, I'm thinking it's more of an under team. Trae Young's minutes were spotty in that last game too, for what it's worth. Hawks do have the rest advantage, 2 days rest compared to a Cavaliers team who just played tonight, also playing their 5th game in 7 nights. Hawks have been playing a lot, but like I said, they're well rested for this one tonight. This one just boils down to you could get some more guys ruled out with it being a back-to-back for Cleveland. Cleveland's defense hasn't been great, but we know they are capable. They did get Evan Mobley back recently. He's going to help out on that end. Not having Garland will hurt the offense. I'm thinking, I'm thinking we can get better defense from the Cavaliers here, and the Hawks, surprisingly, the 8th best defensive rated team. So if we can continue to get that, I would agree with the total going down here. Um, it's nothing I feel extremely strong about right now, but just saying, if I'm betting this game where we're at right now, it's under best number you can find, 237.5. Let me see if you guys feel any way about it. Big Al, I think that's what he says. Love to see you on Sauce. Appreciate that. And he's asking about first half Cavs. If you like the Cavaliers, I would get in and get out just because of the rest situation. More the game goes on, it should favor Atlanta here, having that rest. So I would agree with that if you like Cleveland. Appreciate you, Dave. He says New York up watching. Hit that like button, and it absolutely helps out the show. Hit the like, subscribe so you know when we're live, all that good stuff. Appreciate you, Dave. And you watch. He says no Trey, no way. So keep an eye out on the injury report. All right. Yeah, Atlanta did use a lot of energy last game. I think that's what B Man is saying here. but they have the rest advantage. So we'll see. Next game, we're gonna go back to that odds logic, and that next game is the one that I really want to play. I did play. We'll talk about it. Houston and Memphis opened up Memphis minus 2.5. Currently, I see mostly fives. There are a couple 4.5s, even 5.5. So always, like I tell you, make sure you line shop. Total open 236.5, and it's up to 238 as far as injuries are concerned here. For the Grizzlies, Marcus Smart, Cam Spencer, Vince Williams out. For Houston, Shingun game time decision. He's actually, it says very likely to play. So I'd expect to see him out there. Steven Adams is the one who's truly questionable. And then Jabari Smith Jr. looks like he's out. Let's get over to the situationals. So get this on Grizzlies. And here we go. So for the Rockets, well, actually, both of these teams says they're rested. I'm gonna double check this. Yeah, because Houston does not have 2 days off. So maybe this is just a little bit off today. But fourth game in 6 nights, it says for Houston. What stands out to me? This is what stands out to me. Looking at Houston here, right? They've been on the road for this to be their fourth straight road game, and it is fourth game in 6 nights for them. Like it's a lot of travel. They played a tough Cavaliers team, a tough Boston team. That Atlanta team, I mean, they were winning throughout, but Atlanta gave them a run for their money at the end. And now they got to go travel to Memphis and play the Grizzlies. Grizzlies, meanwhile, most of their games lately have been at home. They had that odd road spot and now come back home after a beatdown they received versus the Knicks. So I'm thinking of this one, um, the rest situation. I mean, the much more rested Grizzlies team, right? Looking at this here, they're playing their second game, and what is this, 5 days? Something like that, versus the 4 and 6 on this side. So I do think that favors the Grizzlies. Also, the Grizzlies, I think will want to take it personal and give it to this Rockets team. A Rockets team who's already beat them twice this year. So a combination of trying to get double in season revenge, a combination, you put that with them coming off of an embarrassing loss. I think you get a really good effort from the Grizzlies here at home. Meanwhile, the Rockets off 3 straight wins on the road. It could be, especially some of these versus really good teams. They could come into this one a little bit more complacent. Um, and yeah, that's how I'm viewing it. You look at last 5 game stats, Grizzlies have been the better defense, kind of neck and neck with the offense, and rebounding. You give it here to the Rockets, but I think effort and just them being at home is going to get them the W. So it did open 2.5. If you got that, great job to you for getting on it early. I still think at the 4.5 or 5, I think they can win this game by margin. So let me take a quick look at the chat. And there is maybe one more thing I'm going to share on this game. Chris says Skee was on to something about Stephen. Yeah, I mean, some of these narratives I know when you watch the game, man, they really matter in the NBA. B Daddy says over in this game. I don't really have an opinion on the total. B Man says Houston out of steam. That I agree with. I could. I mean, let's see. See if we can get a query on the screen here. So I will share this. I do have it here. Let me put this up there. Boom. And we're gonna go. Hopefully this is correct, and hopefully you guys can see it well. Chat. Yeah, I think you guys should be able to see this. So this is kind of I just built it out like the way I'm thinking about the game, and I typed it into the database. So pretty much is what this is saying is a team with more rest in their last 2 games than their opponent last 2 games. They have double in season revenge, and this trend is dating back to 2011. You have the team with more rest seeking double in season revenge off of a loss. and their opponent off of a win, and they're home favorite. So pretty much what we explained here. You guys see the results on the screen. 77.8% winners against the spread, 27, 17, and 3 to the over. I like the Grizzlies. So there you go. You guys got some numbers, etc., etc. Let's keep going down the list. Have a feeling. What do we have? Oh, we have two more games. So let me see if I can get this back here. Boom. All right. Orlando and Portland. Opened up Magic -4.5. We now see fives, even 5.5 popping up. Total open 211. Looks like 212. Injury report for the Grizzlies. You have Jalen Suggs, game time decision. Gary Harris looks like he's probable. So they could be fully healthy. For and then Matisse Thybulle is out. Situationals. Let's get over there. So for the Grizzlies, I mean, my bad. For the Grizzlies, they are coming off of an overtime game. Or I'm sorry, I said the Grizzlies. I meant the Magic. That's why I'm thrown off. For the Magic, they are coming off overtime. I believe it was double overtime versus Heat team, but they've had a few days to rest now. So I think, we shouldn't have to worry too much about that if that's the only reason you wanted to fade the Magic. And it is a chance for them to get in season revenge, a team that beat them by double digits earlier in the season. For the Blazers, could be a bit of a letdown spot, them coming off a win as a dog, but I mean, is it? They've been playing really good lately. I mean, let's just take a look here. Portland, one, two, three, four. Is that four wins right there? That's four wins. This one was also a cover and then another win. So they've covered six straight games, with five of them being wins. Portland is playing good basketball right now. The Magic, I don't know that we can necessarily say the same. I mean, yes, they're getting healthy. Maybe it's taking a little bit of time for the pieces to get back gelling together. But just look, I mean, lost to the Heat, then win, blowout loss to Portland. The same Portland team. So that revenge situation is from the 23rd of January. You see Portland blew them out. They got blown out by Toronto, another team that, bottom tier. I don't like what I'm seeing from the Magic right now. Um, Damn, did it change this bad? The Blazers, I feel like just before their last game, they were surprisingly a number one defensive rated team. But I know it wouldn't last, but right back to 27. Still, I just feel like until the Magic show me some kind of consistency, now that they've gotten healthy, especially on the road, it's hard for me to back them. I don't think that I can back them laying points. For the Blazers, all they've done is shown us they're trustworthy right now. So current form screams Blazers. That's the only way that I can look in this game. Anything from the chat here? Thank you. Dave was asking about the query. I learned, you know what? I initially started learning from Ralph Michaels, and I've continued to learn, just playing with the database myself and asking other people for help. That's how I learn. Let's see. B Daddy liking those Blazers. B Man disagrees. Says Blazers just had their Super Bowl. I mean, Blazers been playing good for a while now. So Blazers are pass for this better. Last game. Let me get back over to this odd screen. And I know this show is a little bit out of rhythm, and you know, it's my first time doing this, and especially on this particular show. So bear with me, you guys. Last game up, Minnesota and Utah opened up Minnesota -7.5. Looks that way pretty much across the board. Total hasn't moved from 223. Injuries, DiVincenzo is listed as out. So is Nas Reed and Terrence Shannon Jr. For Utah, looks like marketing will be back out there. You do have Collins and Kessler and Johnny Juzang questionable. Juzang is actually doubtful. I think Kessler had that shoulder contusion, and I forgot about what John Collins had. So we'll see who's actually available out there. Um, let's get over to the situationals. So both teams look like they're playing their fourth game in 6 nights. Difference is Timberwolves just played tonight. They got a 121 to 113 win over the Phoenix Suns. So Jazz will come into this game with a little bit of a rest advantage. Um, I feel like this, honestly, I don't want to waste you guys' time. This is one that I'm least interested in. Let me just take a glance here. I haven't really like Timberwolves games. I've kind of just been staying away from the Jazz until they're fully healthy. You just get different things every night from them, and it's hard for me to put my money on inconsistency like that. So honestly, I think for this game, I am just gonna pass. I'm not gonna. You guys know if you know me, you know I'm not a bullshitter, man. I'm straight up. I don't like to just to talk or try to tell you to put your money on something I'm not willing to put my money on. So we'll be done with that game right there. And that would be the NBA card. Um, appreciate you, B Daddy. I appreciate all of you in the chat. Again, if you like the show, thank you, Casey. If you like the show, hit the like button for us. It does help us out. Um, yeah, you could, like I said, you subscribe, comment after, all that stuff helps out the show. Couple things before we do get to best bet, stuff like that. Trying to remember how my guy RC does it. I'll say this. Oh, we'll shout out some of the specials, right? So Wager Talk, you can see at the bottom of the screen, they do have the 7 day all access for $77. Comes out to just $11 per day. There's the Super Bowl. I think it's called Super Bowl to Super Bowl promo that they have. And let's see. It is usually $2,000 pretty much, and you're getting it for 1,200. It looks like so. You save $800 if you want to roll with any capper from Super Bowl to Super Bowl, and then one specifically for myself. And let's see if I can do this here. Should be able to do it just like everything else. One specifically for myself. Buy college hoops and get NBA for $1. So pretty much you get both sports for $209. And we've been doing pretty damn well. Let's see, I was 18-5 all sports overall as let me just say it like this. Here I'll go and say college, I'm pretty sure. I know my top plays, I've hit 13 out of 14. I'm number one in college basketball. I should be up about 40 40 something units in college basketball and NBA. Um, we did split today. Yesterday was a winning day, and the season started off kind of terrible, but we've been picking it up, and we'll end up above like we always do. So it's that time of year close to All Star break where things start to become a little bit more clear, and people start having a reason to play. So when it gets like that, that's when the NBA starts to take off for myself. So it's a good time to be involved for both. You guys can see the other numbers up there, and I'm sure I missed some, but just know I've been on fire lately, and it's a good time to be involved. The last, I'll say the last 8 days now, since I just saw last 7 days yesterday, should be up about close $100 better, should be up about a little bit below 5,000. So we're on fire. If you want to be involved, that is how you do it. All right, last we're gonna do the best bet. Um, yeah, you guys should know if you watch the show. There was one game that I really talked about, one spot situation that stands out above the rest, at least right now. And we're not getting the best of the line, but it still can move, and it is still moving. We're going Grizzlies minus 4.5. Um, yeah, fives and 5.5s out there too, but there are some 4.5. So, like I said, make sure you line shop. It's just a really good situation for them. Or it's a positive situational spot for them, negative for the Rockets. So That'll be my best bet for this show. We will be back again tomorrow night, or at least, hopefully we'll have RC back. If RC is not able to make it, then I'll be right back here with you guys. I appreciate everybody. Dia in the chat, Coach Jim, it's my guy Austin right here. Appreciate all you guys staying up late and rocking with me. My guy Kyle Kerms got to hang out with him in Vegas. He says Long Beach State catching 16 and a half tomorrow. I might look at it, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, Kyle. That game is on my radar. So you guys look out for some college action. But yeah, appreciate y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. Let me know if there's anything I personally can do better when I host the show alone. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow.